heard that Vince Young is in Austin trying to revive his NFL football career? Well, he's not the only Texas quarterback doing so. In fact, he may not be the best player in the Longhorn State trying to revive his professional career. For more on the story, we're joined by Rich Sermonello of collegefootballnews.com. Rich, who is this other QB who could be stealing the resurrection headlines?
Yeah, I think people have forgotten the name Jerrod Johnson, former Texas A&M quarterback, record breaker in College Station, last played in 2010. About 2 weeks ago, I started to have NFL scouts contact me regarding his revival. So I took an opportunity to speak to Jerrod on Monday. He is working out in today's Aggies Pro Day, and I think he's got a shot to be one of the bigger storylines. He's a 6'5", 250-pound kid who only got beaten out in his senior year by Ryan Tannehill because he had a shoulder problem, had surgery. His technique was messed up, just really never was able to recover properly. So he's bounced around over the last 2 years, most recently with the Pittsburgh Steelers, had a very good camp, led the team in passing efficiency last summer, but he has spent the past 7 months basically relearning how to throw a football with noted quarterback specialist Kevin Murray. So this is the same player that we saw back in 2009. He's 24, more mature, ready to make a run at an NFL contract.
All right, Rich, so you've had a chance to talk to Jerrod. Now, you've mentioned that he's been working on his throwing, but how has he been able to stay in shape, though, since being released by the Steelers?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I asked him that as well. Obviously, it's been now 6+ months. He has been in the gym every day. It claims that he's in the best shape of his life. Obviously, not football shape, hasn't taken any hits. That's something that he'll have to overcome once he gets into camp in May and then again in July. So that's the rust that he's going to have to shake off. But what he said was he has never thrown a football better than he is right now, 70 yards. He has the athleticism, has that strong arm right now. So the health is 100%. The shoulder is fine. What I really liked about him, maybe more than anything else, was the maturity, the confidence, the intelligence. He's bleeding with intangibles right now. So I would say that if he was in the draft, if we have the kid that we did a few years ago, he's a top 5 or 6 quarterback in this class. He's still young. He's very bright, and he's going to come cheap. So I think there could be a bidding war for Jerrod Johnson by the end of the weekend.
Wow, something to keep an eye on. Finally, Rich, while we're on the topic, you know you've been talking to scouts and GMs. Any more prospects that are gaining more buzz as we head towards the draft?
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of NFL teams, visited a couple of facilities. The 2 names that are really jumping off the page more than anyone else: offensive line, Jonathan Cooper; defensive line, Dion Jordan. Dion has a torn labrum, so he has the surgery. He's going to have a little bit of a rehab. Teams love what he does in space. Phenomenal athlete, kind of a hybrid between a defensive end and an outside linebacker. But the range that this kid has at 6'6", 6'7", teams are telling me that they're looking at future star at the NFL level. Jonathan Cooper right there with Chance Warmack as far as the best guards in the country. So really good athletes on both lines, rising on a lot of teams' draft boards.
All right, Rich Sermonello, thanks for the draft update. Which college hoops coaches would you put on your starting 5? We will ask one of our insiders, and you might be surprised by some of the answers on his list. That's on campusinsiders.com.